It depends what you're doing. The model training is very computationally intensive. The
Hmm.
the use of the model is
Yeah.
generally far less. I mean, I think it depends what
Well, it's what society
purposes.
wants to devote its energy to.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, a lot of the energy is going into cooling off, like my problem with my computer overheating right now, of course.
Uh-huh.
But then they talked about putting them underwater or putting them up in space or,
Mhm.
you know, putting them in windy areas. And there's all sorts of ways to using heat pumps. I mean, how about that? Hey, great idea, heat pumps.
Love heat pumps.
Um,
Yeah.
using the waste
Reading an
heat
article
to,
about putting heat pumps into electric cars um, as a much more efficient way of heating and cooling than um, just straight AC and straight electric um, radiant heat. You know,
yeah. And I mean, you can imagine in cold climates having data centers that are doing AI heating buildings so that people have hot water. One time I was at President Obasanjo's compound in Nigeria doing biodigester work, and the power went out, and he and I went out to see. And the engineer said, "Oh, yeah, every day at a certain time when the temperature gets too hot, we shut down the generator to let it cool off. Otherwise, it overheats." And meanwhile, there was no electricity to heat the hot water heaters that people depended on for bathing and showering and cooking. And I said, why don't you do cogen? And nobody had ever introduced the concept, or they hadn't looked at the benefits of it. But there was all that excess heat could have been used. They wouldn't have had to use the electricity to heat because the generator made heat. Cogen, you know. But one would have to be cogent.
oh, Jen, he had a show in the 70s, right, with Telly Savalas.
Oh, that's right. Kojak, Cogen. That's a very deep state in joke.
Yes.
All right, so you've now got. No, what are you doing here? Well, you broke it into four pieces, and then you've sent one for each. So you've already processed it that quickly.
Yeah.
No, for each of
So
us?
now, so now we'll put Melodyne on all on everyone but your part, right? Unless you also changed your part. Um,
I did not. What? So, but this is all the stuff that you sang, just put through the processor. This is
right.
your voice that you turned into me. Now you've turned it into Paul. You've turned it into Jeff, and you. Well, you're
Okay.
just you.
Yeah. So I just left me as me. So we're gonna just see how these three sound against each other.
I hear nothing
Yeah, same here.
because the volumes are down.
What we mean by sustainability.
Nice tone.
By sustainability.
So that's
Sounds just like Jeff.
By sustainability.
It's got his little whispery voice. That's Paul.
see if I sound like me.
So
Yeah.
just like so, you processed you as you.
No, I just
Okay.
left. I just copy and pasted me as me. All right. So here we've got four lines.
Mm-hmm.
First one. one already had Melodyne on it. Second one, we're going to add Melodyne.
Okay.
This one will add Melodyne.
So of course we're going to put Paul as a first tenor.
Mm-hmm.
You're as a baritone, and Jeff is a bass, or the other way around.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. Paul Pickville.
I hear nothing. So just like. Just like that.
So first off, it's I'll just